This video is for worksheet 4-4 for the class Discovering Pre-Algebra Part 2. And in this one, we're going to be making some proportions to find the markup for these different situations. So a pair of shoes costs $11.50 to make. Shoes to Go decides to mark up the pair of shoes 40% to make a profit. What is the cost of the shoes to the customer? Well, remember this is a ratio of money to percent before markup, after markup. So before the markup, it's $11.50, and the before is always the starting. It's 100%. All right, and we decide to mark it up 40%, which means the consumer is actually going to pay 140% of the cost, 40% more, and we don't know how much it's going to be. That's why we're doing our proportion. So we're going to put that X on top. So no matter how you work out your proportion, remember I said you can do it anyway after you've proven you could do it the way that I showed you first. We get to here. All right. Remember, my favorite way is opposite operation. So let's go ahead and do that math. You should have already done it before you came to this video. And we get $16.10. That's how much they're gonna sell those shoes for to make a profit. Now it doesn't ask what the profit is, but you could figure that out now. Materials to make a painting for an art show cost $17.50. The price to have the painting in the art show is $5. You decide to sell the painting for $56. What was the markup on the price? Okay, so first thing I need to do is figure out how much money everything costs. So it cost us $17.50 to make the piece of art, but also $5 just to be in those shows. So that's part of the cost, right? That's going to be 50 cents, $22.50. All right. So again, let's put our proportion together. Before we're in the show and we sell our painting, before we sell our painting, it's $22.50. That's always 100%. After we sell our painting, we sell it for, we don't know. We don't know the percent, the markup, okay? We just know what the before is. But we do know what we sell it for. We sell it for $56. So now I could go ahead and figure this out. So do your math, either your opposite operation or your cross multiplication, and you should get that X equals 12, hold on. All right, I did something silly, a little askew. All right, and we should get, hold on one second. And because X is on the bottom, we're going to have to flip first. So hold on a second. Before you do that math, make sure you flip. Make sure you flip your values. So now we have, oh, I forgot to flip the first one. I don't know. I flipped the second one, but I didn't flip the first one. What's up with that? You got to flip both, or you didn't make an equal relationship. All right, so now do your cross multiplication or your opposite operation, whatever you'd use to solve these, and you should get a really crazy decimal. We're going to round it up to the nearest percent, which is 249. 49 would be the nearest percent. Because we know that 100% was how much we have in, how much we paid to put this painting together. That's going to leave us with a markup percentage of 149. That's how much we marked up the price of what it cost us to make the art piece for the show. All right, so Seth is doing something now, right? So Seth is selling parkas for $7.20. He bought the parkas to sell in his store for $65. What is the percent of markup? So this time, money, 8% before he sells it. He bought it for his store for $65 and he is selling it to the public for $70.20. Again, we do not know that markup on sales. So first thing, flip. We don't want our X on the bottom. That just makes everything more difficult. A lot easier if we just flip both sides. Now we can do our math. So go ahead and either cross divide or cross multiply. Sorry, that's the wrong thing, huh? Or opposite operation, which I totally recommend. And you get 108 for X. Now remember that that's how much the customer is going to pay. 108 percent on that 65. We're paying 8% more than what that 65 was. So the actual markup is only 8%. We got to subtract 100. All right, Aiden owns a grocery store. He marks up the price of soup 60%. If he is selling his cans of soup for $1.50 each, what is the original price? So money, he sells his cans of soup for 50 cents each. So this is the selling price. So I don't know what that original price was, but I know it's out of 100%. Always is. I know that we're selling it for $1.50. And that's a 60% markup, so that means the customer is paying 160% of what it actually costs. And now I have all the factors I need to solve this. So either do your cross multiplication or your opposite operation, but you should get, if you round it up to money, because it only makes sense in this situation too, to do that, you should get 94 cents. All right, Paige sold a case of scented candles for $17.85. That has been marked up 110%. What was the original cost? All right, so first we do not know the original cost of the candles, but it's always out of 100. We know that. We're marking up 110%, so that means the consumer is actually paying 210% of the cost, okay? Altogether. What the selling price is going to be includes both what we purchased it for and the profit. That's all in that 210%. All right, and what we're selling it for is $17.85. So go ahead and do that math. You should know how to do it by now. And we're going to get that the original price was $8.50. If you did your math, it probably stopped at $8.50. Remember, all you have to do to make it money is add that zero at the end. Marcus buys a certain brand of shampoo from a supplier at $7.25 a bottle. He sells it to his customers at a markup of 25%. What would the markup be? Well, we know the original cost of the shampoo, which is 100% of what we bought it at. But the consumer is not only going to pay this, but 25% more, so 125%. And we don't know what he's going to sell it for. So let's go ahead and figure this out first, but that isn't actually what the situation asking for. It's asking for the markup, not the selling price. So there's going to be an extra step when we're done, and that extra step is going to be to subtract. All right, so we know our selling price is going to be $9.06. So to find the markup amount, which is kind of like net profit, we have to take these two things and we have to subtract them. And that should give you $1.81. That is how much we're making. That's the markup. What should Kensington charge for a package of paper plates at her store if she bought them for $9 and wants to make a 75% profit? Okay, so I'm guessing that these are very high quality paper plates for $9. But she bought them for $9. Maybe they're those fancy Chinette ones. Okay, and that's 100%. We don't know what she's going to sell it for, but we know she wants to make a 75% profit. To do that, she has to sell it at 175% to include that 9. And then the rest will be profit. All right, so go ahead and figure it out. and it should be $15.75. Now let's read the question again, make sure we answered everything. If she bought them for $9 and wants to, what would Kensington charge? So it was asking for the selling price, which is exactly what we found. Awesome. All right, Julia's restaurant marks up a meal 250%. A meal costs $7.30 to produce. How much will the customer be charged? So that's our selling price before tax and tip. Well, we know that the original cost to the meal was $7.30, and that's 100%. But the business got to get their money, and they want to mark it up to $2.50, which means marking it up actually to $3.50 because they got to pay this too. All right. We don't know how much it's going to cost in the store, but if I do that math, it is going to, we'll find out what it costs, and that's what we want to know. We want to know the selling price, which is $25.55. All right, keep doing these till you figure them out. Make sure you contact me if you have any questions, and I'll see you guys in the classroom.